Have you taken stock? In the good habits for a good year, I provided you with a resource to actually put a number next to the different aspects of your life. How good is your life? Now, the first thing is to really take a look at how good it is. You know, the definition of a good life is it's a happy and enjoyable life. What are you thankful for? What are you appreciative of? Like, really? Like, what's going right? When I do a meeting with my staff, I'll say, well, what's working well first? What's working well? Then I'll get into what needs improvement, and then what are your ideas? But I always start with what's working well. We need to understand what's working well. You know, in the world we live in today, it's this constant berating, haranguing. You know, I had a young lady interview me for a paper for her to graduate, and she was just asking me about the mindset of an immigrant coming to America. And I did this interview with her, and she got off the phone. She said, Mr. Buffini, I just want to thank you. She goes, I just haven't heard anybody be so thankful for America. I haven't even thought about it. And I'm like, well, the thing is, when you're focusing on what's not right, that's all you get. That's all you are. But the truth of the matter is it's built upon everything that's going right in the first place. That just doesn't sell newspapers. It doesn't get clicks. And what happens is it helps us lose perspective. And when we lose perspective, we go all the way back to column 1, which is where the depression comes in, which is where the antidepressants are kicking in, which is where the future's bleak, which is where I'm having dark thoughts. When we lose perspective. It's a good life, to me, it's a statement of 3 things. An affirmation. It's a good life, kids. It's a good life, Dad. It's a statement of appreciation. Okay? So it's this gratitude. So it's this affirmation. You're affirming what's true. It is a good life. What's the opposite? No life at all. It is a good life. It's an appreciation. So you have this gratitude, and it's a resolution. I'm resolved. It's a good life. Let me say this. It's in the midst of the storm with the person who has this resolve. That's someone who's mentally and emotionally tough, physically capable, ultimately heading for success. You know, many people think those that choose positivity are disconnected or shallow. Everything is awesome. You know, the Saturday Night Live skit, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. That's the person to make fun of. It's the cynic and the critic is the person that is positioned as the discerning person. Let me say this. The world is full of critics. And post-COVID, I'm going to say cynicism is the ultimate epidemic we face. We're in a post-pandemic era. It's going to take a while for everyone to get up to that speed. By the time governments enact laws, normally the reason for the law doesn't even exist anymore. So the fact of the matter is, we're in this post-pandemic era. It's called an endemic is what it means, which is like, yeah, this disease is going to be out there for a long time and it'll show up and so on and so forth. But cynicism, that is really the epidemic we're dealing with today. I believe it's a good life. I believe it's not always easy, but I do believe every book of success has chapters of failure. When I was living in Ireland, my brother Kevin, there was a song by a band called Chumbawamba, and it's I get knocked down and I get up again. Now, it was a drinking song, but he said, every time I think of you, Brian, I think of that. Resolute in my understanding that it's a good life. Appreciative for the life that I have, knowing that it's a good life. And affirming for the future that it's a good life. Better days are ahead. There is hope for the future. And that's why this is my new quest.